Ongoing investigation into the disappearance of 27 newborns from St. Randall's Hospital in Albany, New York over the last 2 months. State police, aided by the FBI, have yet to name any suspects, and so far, none of the missing infants have been found. The reward for any information leading to the arrest of those responsible has been raised to $250,000. If you have any information relating to the case, you are urged to contact the FBI's tip line at 1-800-CALL-FBI. You can remain anonymous, and...
Ah! Ah, my eyes! Ah! Ah! God damn! The hell was that? Gordon, are you okay? Gordon? Gordon? What the fuck?
This message is a broadcast of the emergency alert system. This is not a test. Information vital to your safety will soon follow. This message is broadcast at the request of the Nevada Division of Emergency Management and Homeland Security. A civil danger warning has been declared for the following areas: Boulder City, Nelson, Willow Beach, Searchlight, Laughlin, Bullhead City, Rivera, Mojave City, Fort Mojave, Riviera, Willow Valley, Cal Nevari, Palm Gardens, Ibis, and all areas within 10 miles of the Colorado River and Lake Mojave. The impact of a commercial aircraft has caused severe damage to Hoover Dam. The ability of the dam to restrict water flow from Lake Mead has been severely compromised, and the risk of total structural failure of Hoover Dam within the next 24 hours is extremely high. Total structural failure of the dam will result in catastrophic flooding in the affected areas. If you are receiving this message, you are in the affected area. At this time, all persons receiving this message are ordered to evacuate immediately. Do not delay. Failure to evacuate at this time puts you at extreme risk of injury or death. Take only essential items with you, such as enough food and water for 3 days, a battery-powered radio, flashlights, medicine, a first aid kit, and a cellular phone. Use as few vehicles as possible to evacuate yourself and your loved ones. Persons west of the Colorado River should evacuate westward along Interstate 11, Nevada State Route 165, Nevada State Route 164, Nevada State Route 163, and Interstate 40. Persons east of the Colorado River should evacuate southward along U.S. Route 93 or east along Arizona State Route 68, then east along Interstate 40. Do not stop until you have traveled more than 10 miles from the Colorado River. In the event of total structural failure of Hoover Dam, an emergency alert will be broadcast on all radio stations and cellular phones, followed by emergency instructions and information. Stay tuned to this station to receive more information as it becomes available. Please remain calm. Your cooperation is appreciated. This message is a broadcast of the emergency alert system. This is not a test. Information vital to your safety will soon follow. The following message is an automated safety alert from the Ventana Nuclear Power Plant, broadcast under the authority of the United States Nuclear Regulatory Commission, in conjunction with the Office of the Governor of California. A nuclear power plant warning is in effect for your area. The core temperature at the Ventana Nuclear Power Plant is approaching criticality. A core meltdown is imminent. At this time, all persons receiving this message are ordered to evacuate immediately. Do not delay. Failure to evacuate at this time puts you at extreme risk of injury or death. If you are unable to evacuate at this time, seek shelter underground, in a basement, or at your nearest fallout shelter. A list of fallout shelters in your area will soon follow. Put as much dense material and distance between yourself and the outside as possible. Cover all exposed skin, hair, and wounds to prevent contamination with radioactive materials. Cover your nose and mouth to prevent the inhalation of radioactive materials. If you have a gas mask that is CBRN rated, put it on and do not remove it until the all clear is given. Remove contaminated clothing and decontaminate yourself and others with clean water and soap or bleach before entering your shelter. Seal all contaminated clothing in a container or bag. Avoid outdoor sources of water, including rainwater, until the all clear is given. Please stand by for a list of fallout shelters in your area. Please stand by for a list of fallout shelters in your area. Please stand. This message is a broadcast of the emergency alert system. This is not a test. Important information will soon follow. This message is broadcast at the request of the United States government. This is an emergency update. At approximately 12:15 p.m. on Sunday, April 1st, an unexplained event took place, causing numerous persons throughout North America to vanish, including the President of the United States, as well as the Vice President, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, and the President pro tempore of the Senate. Secretary of State, Hank Arkonen, has been inaugurated as the 47th President of the United States as of 9 o'clock this morning. At this time, the total number of missing persons in the United States and globally is unknown. The Federal Emergency Management Agency is working in conjunction with the National Guard to restabilize critical infrastructure throughout the country, including power systems, water systems, food supply chains, law enforcement, and local and state governments. Martial law has been declared in some parts of the United States. The Emergency Powers Act has been invoked. Stay tuned to local news outlets to receive more information as it becomes available. Please remain calm. Your cooperation is appreciated.
Consequences of the apparent rapture last week. Since the disappearance of a good chunk of the human population, including the go-to IT guy and several other staff members here at WBRD, things around the country, as well as presumably the rest of the world, have been, well, let's just say it's really hit the fan. Let's see. The Ventana nuclear power plant in Los Angeles, California has suffered a meltdown, presumably due to critical stations there being unmanned. About 100 planes have fallen out of the sky after their pilots disappeared, one of which has crashed into and destroyed Hoover Dam, and another one, apparently a U.S. military aircraft, has crashed into Zhongnanhai in Beijing. Chinese authorities have denounced the accident as a deliberate attack on the CCP seat of government, and has threatened swift reprisals if the United States does not immediately admit responsibility, as well as finance recovery and reconstruction efforts. Meanwhile, in international waters, anonymous sources have claimed that at least 2 nuclear-capable U.S. submarines are unaccounted for, raising questions as to both their locations and status. As a result of these missing subs and rising tensions with China, the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists have moved the doomsday clock up to 30 seconds to midnight. Fun times all around. Finally, back at home, Secretary of State Hank Arkonen has been sworn in as the 47th President of the United States, following the disappearance of President Kennedy and several other government officials. Rumors as to President Arkonen's alleged ties to organized crime have resurfaced since taking office, leading some to question the reason as to why some people disappeared and why others did not. Everyone seems to have their own theory, but your guess is as good as mine.
This message is a broadcast of the emergency alert system. This is not a test. Information vital to your safety will soon follow. This message is broadcast at the request of the Albuquerque Police Department. A law enforcement warning has been issued for the city of Albuquerque. An emergency situation is currently taking place. Numerous riots have broken out throughout the city of Albuquerque, resulting in damage to state property, private property, and businesses, as well as multiple serious injuries and several fatalities. Rioters have been observed carrying firearms, knives, and other improvised weapons. The National Guard has been deployed to assist law enforcement and expects to re-establish order within the next 2 hours. At this time, a curfew is in effect for the city of Albuquerque, effective until 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. All residents of Albuquerque are ordered to return to their homes immediately. Any and all persons outside of their homes will be subject to arrest. Obey all orders given to you by law enforcement. Please remain calm. Your cooperation is appreciated. This message is a broadcast of the emergency alert system. This is not a test. Important information will soon follow. This message is broadcast at the request of the United States government. This is an emergency update. Preliminary data suggests that approximately 60% of the human population vanished during the events of April 1, 2023. The location, status, and commonality between victims of the event is not known at this time. The cause, nature, and expected duration of the event is not known at this time. Numerous world leaders vanished or have since left or been removed from power since the event, which has resulted in ongoing global instability as new world leaders emerge. Civil wars are currently taking place in several countries, including, but not limited to, France, Great Britain, Russia, Syria, Afghanistan, India, Mexico, and Brazil. Diplomatic relations between the United States and China are weakening and may result in military action. The Federal Emergency Management Agency is working in conjunction with the National Guard to restabilize critical infrastructure throughout the country, including power systems, water systems, food supply chains, law enforcement, and local and state governments. The Emergency Powers Act has been invoked. At this time, martial law has been declared for the entirety of the United States until further notice, effective immediately. Some or all civil liberties have been suspended. All males between the ages of 18 and 25 are required to report to the nearest military institution immediately for training and deployment. Please remain calm. Your cooperation is appreciated.
Attention please. Your attention please. This message is broadcast at the request of President Andreas. This is a message to the people of the United States. The federal government's actions following the rapture of April 1 have been deplorable, wholly outside of the limitations on government entrusted by the Founding Fathers, and entirely contrary to the will of the American people. The unconstitutionality of the federal government's reactions to this emergency situation cannot be ignored. The government of the United States is no longer representative of its people, and its authority will no longer be recognized in the former states of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Arkansas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Arizona, Kentucky, Kansas, and Missouri. These former states have voted to secede from the United States and have united into the sovereign Southern Republic of America. Any attempt to enforce U.S. law within the borders of the SSRA or to forcibly reintegrate its member states into the U.S. will be considered an act of war and will be met with extreme resistance. The SSRA wishes to extend an invitation for voluntary annexation to any U.S. state that wishes to reclaim its freedom from Washington and become a part of the sovereign Southern Republic. Join us. Together we can build a better America. A free America. The America our Founding Fathers dreamed of more than 200 years ago. One nation, indivisible, in the light of our Lord. This message will now repeat. Attention please. Your attention please. This message is broadcast at the request of President Andreas.
This message is a broadcast of the emergency alert system. This is not a test. The following message is broadcast at the request of the President of the United States. At 2:25 p.m. yesterday, the emergency alert system was hijacked by an unknown party, and an unauthorized message was broadcast. This message was a declaration of secession by numerous states into a newly formed nation called the Sovereign Southern Republic of America. The Sovereign Southern States of America is not recognized as a nation by the United States, and the laws of the United States will continue to be enforced in all 50 states. Failure to comply with martial law at this time is a federal crime. Persons arrested for non-compliance will face a minimum sentence of 20 years in federal prison and a $100,000 fine. Armed resistance to martial law at this time is tantamount to treason and will be met with overwhelming military force. Any state leaders found to be complicit with the attempted secession, or to have attempted to secede, will be forcibly removed from office and charged with treason. Attack warning. This is an attack warning. An attack warning means an attack against the United States is currently taking place. NORAD has confirmed the launch of 22 ballistic missiles from submarines in the Pacific Ocean. It is believed that these missiles are carrying nuclear warheads and are en route to targets within the continental United States. Exact targets are unknown at this time. Countermeasures to intercept these missiles are currently unavailable. At this time, all persons receiving this message are ordered to take shelter underground and brace for missile impact. Do not delay. Failure to shelter at this time puts you at extreme risk of injury or death. Take a battery-powered radio with you to receive information as it becomes available. Be aware of the 3 effects of a nuclear detonation: flash, shock, and fallout. A flash will occur at the time